It is that time, and I am pumped up for tonight's show. Football season is here, you guys. I know some of you guys got the preseason on. I know this gentleman is going to be paying, in particular, attention to the preseason. But we got a great show lined up for you guys tonight. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. I'm your host, Coach Wood. My boy, all the way to the right, is the one that holds me down every Thursday. None other than Q, the Guru. What's going on, Guru?
What's going on, Coach? Man, how you feeling, man?
Hey man, we talking football. It's here, baby.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. I told you the season's right around the corner. Off season's a blur, man. So you don't have time to play. You got to get right into it. And there's
Yes,
always somebody
indeed.
working harder than you. Off season.
Always, always. And speaking of getting right into it, baby, we got a great show lined up for you tonight. We've been doing something a little new from time to time where we bring on family members of these great athletes. And tonight, you guys, we're carrying on with our parents' perspective. And we had a great parents' perspective with Achilles Smith and Anwan Jones. But tonight, we have the Great Tee Taua, and he's cranking them out. Him and his wife, producing football players is what they do. Fine young men that are going on to do great things. I've had the pleasure of meeting two of them and then having a great relationship with the gentleman that you see right here, Vi. So we're going to get into it, you guys, and we have none other than the Great Tee Taua. How's it going, Big T?
Good, Coach. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh man, it's been a long time, and you're looking good, and you got the Browns hat on, so it's going good.
Yeah.
That's
First
what's
game
up.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
First game tomorrow.
here
Yes,
we go.
indeed. So
Here we go.
let's get into it, you guys. For those that are joining us for the first time, once again, but I don't want to hold back any longer. Let's get right into the lead and T. I mean, you guys, you and your beautiful wife, I mean, you guys are going to many football games, I know, throughout the years, but tell me what football means in the Tower household. When somebody maybe who isn't from this country comes to this country and visits your home, what does football mean to you?
Pretty much a way of life, you know. We it's been everything pretty much, besides our good Lord and Savior. But yeah,
Yeah.
but we did everything pretty much. All right, please. Besides please, our good Lord and Savior. But yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a background feed, so I don't know if you've got a speakerphone on, T. But yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So obviously for your boys, this has been a chance for college scholarship, education, relationships, chance to fulfill their dreams. As a father, how do you feel like you fit into that? Do you just kind of give them the money to go work out and sit back, or do you have to push them out of bed? How does the father fit into that?
At the younger ages, I pretty much hands on. I pretty much took them out and did a lot of the training. And as they got older and they got into college, it just went on a different level. I was always working on the younger ones while the older ones were moving on. So it's been quite a journey.
Yeah.
For a dad listening, and maybe he's got three young sons and he sees they're athletic, is it kind of that mentality, like focus on number one and then the other two will follow, or how does that work out?
Well, just started from the top. Back in Vi's days, I mean, there really wasn't any football camps. I
Mm,
mean, the Luna family, George and them out of Long Beach, they pretty much threw the first football camp, that was organized, and I made it a point to get them to go down there. And
Mm-hmm.
then as the younger boys came up, PTP, they all started blowing up. So um,
yeah, so it's perfect timing.
yeah, and
That's amazing right there. Go ahead.
it changed from there. Like Vi's days, like I said, we went to camps on a weekday, just to be in Ventura to participate in it, and then as the younger ones came up, we pretty much learned that you go to the invite only camps, like the Nike and PTP, man. They had a phenomenal camp during my son U's years, A
Yeah.
lot of coaches, they had coaches come in from all the D1 schools, and they ended up running the camp, all the drills, um, halfway through the camp. The normal guys would run it, and then they turn it over to the D1 coaches to run it, and it was amazing back then. I seen a guy from Centennial High School that wasn't even a starter ended up getting a full scholarship offer, just by being at a camp, and he was like third string in Centennial, but he ended up going to UW, and
Wow.
stuff like that was pretty exciting back then.
Wow. And in the area that you guys are from, football is so big and in the high schools, and a lot of people show out. Talk to me a little bit as we get into our next topic about the journey for each individual young man, because even though they're all your sons, the journey's different. And what did each journey teach you? Like when you think about Vi's recruiting and his football journey, what did that teach you about the industry?
Honestly, it could be ruthless, man. They
Yeah.
could tell you one thing and then end up doing another thing, going somewhere else, and it was honestly kind of rough at first, But when it came to my son, um, he had his heart set on USC. They came to our little town, Coach O back then in Oregon, and he came to our little town. And when he came, we made a decision that we weren't going to play baseball anymore. We were going to focus on football, and that's what we did. And a lot of his friends, his good buddies. I mean, the whole old line for USC were his good buddies, and they still are today. Damon Mamas and all of them. Vianney, but he he kind of was. We made a decision when we took a visit to UCLA because Coach Mora and them came to our house. They could have went to all 25 of their top guys, but they came to our house first. They got on a private little plane, flew into our little airport, and came up to our house. And I felt like that made my son, feel like he was really important. And I know his heart was set on trying to go to USC, but I told him, man, I said, they came to your house first, man. They could have went to any of the 25 other top recruits that they were going at, but they came here first. I said, don't feel bad about your decision. And it is what it is, and we hadn't even pulled away from our visit at UCLA. And one of my coaches from St. Joe High was already calling me saying, is that true? You guys committed? I said, it's true, man. We're going to be Bruins, man. And it just took off from there, man. What a good staff they had, and at that time, Kiffin and them were at USC, and they made us feel really important. We came to their elite camp, and they had a bunch of kids doing things on other fields, but this set field was for their top guys, and the whole staff just came out and introduced themselves to me and my wife, and shook our hands, and it just made us feel important, man. That was definitely part of the recruiting there that I really enjoyed, man.
Wow, that's amazing. And then obviously the baby came up, and
Yeah.
he decided to go to Nevada and follow his oldest brother, Vi. Did what happened with U kind of play into that, or was it totally a separate decision?
Um, yeah, by Vi being there, yeah, we were set going there. In fact, I got a phone call when I was driving down the middle of our town, and it was Coach Kafusi from Nevada at that time.
Yeah,
He was
I
at
know,
UCLA
coach.
then,
Yep.
but he called me and he goes, "Hey, uh, T, you got a minute?" I said, "Yeah." So I pulled over and he said, "Hey, Coach Narvell is really worried about your son. Is he really coming here?" And I told him you're just pulling LeVar Ball. I go, yeah, we're coming there, man. But we're gonna live the experience of being recruited and taking visits, and because they didn't see eye to eye with that part. They were
Yeah.
kind of nervous that we weren't going to be dedicated and loyal to our decision to go to the Wolfpack because his brother went there. We were just trying to keep it in the family and go there. He could have went a lot of other places. In fact, uh, his senior year at Nevada, um, we could have hit the portal and went to Oregon or Oklahoma State, and
Wow.
we decided to stay loyal there again. And so
Yeah.
we were diehard Wolfpack people, and we gave a lot of love to them, and they gave a lot of love to us. But you know, unfortunately, things didn't work out at the end. But for my other son that's coaching, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. No, I mean, that right there tells us that, you figured out this is a business as a parent and watching your sons go through this industry. And I remember when Toa was coming out, he could have went to Iowa State and a few other places, and that was a big win for Nevada. I was thinking, getting ready for this show, they probably put you guys on the payroll, you and your wife, to have another one.
Right. Right.
To give them another one in the backfield
Literally.
for Nevada. Yeah, so no, that's special, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. We are on to our next topic, you guys, and as always, you guys know that we talk about trending stuff going on in the NFL, college, high school to serve you guys. And Q, I'm gonna throw this one to you, man. Obviously, we've always talked about this young man being a CU alum where I went from, but the wide receiver cornerback deal, it looks like it is actually going to take place. Many people were wondering if the Jags would actually do it, and they're going to do it. And I want to ask you, Q, I mean, do you think that he should be concerned about longevity? He's obviously a special talent. He's
Yeah.
going to make some money. He got drafted number 2 overall, but long term, should he be considered about longevity?
Absolutely. Because as we were all saying, it's the physicality of the next level. Obviously, man, like Power 5 D1 ball, I mean, it's is a rough house. But now you're talking about grown men with kids and bills, right?
Hmm.
So it's a totally different situation. He already, uh as far as physically, isn't the biggest guy in the world, so that's a lot of wear and tear, man. A lot of wear and tear, and especially you're talking about offensively. I mean, let's be real. You like it's gonna be some guys, man, like trying to like take this kid's head off just because like you gonna get tested. Like all that, you gonna have to live up to every single bit of that hype that's been around you since you left Colorado. So
Yeah.
if he lines up at wide receiver, man, and you got some all pro safeties out here, man, it's like that when I see you, man. If I get a shot, man, I'm cutting you in half. And it's nothing personal, this business. These grown
Oh,
men out here.
no, that's a good point because obviously that hurts the team. They're losing 2 players if you can get a hold of
Yep.
them coming across the middle. T, your sons were very talented. I know played on both sides of the ball, and it was kind of flirting back and forth which side. Talk to me as a dad with a very athletic son being recruited. Let's say that UCLA comes to a kid and his father and says, we want him to play both sides of the ball. Is that a good thing, or am I risking the longevity of my son doing that?
Yeah, it definitely. I would agree. You're definitely risking it, but I mean, sometimes some people are different. They're probably pretty down for putting their kid in there and getting after it. Both ways. But I don't know. I mean, you pretty much got to lock down a side, and let's. If you're trying to go, to the next level,
Lock
your
down
odds
the
are
side.
better locking it down. Yeah, on
Yeah.
one side or the other.
Yeah. And I was saying, T, I mean, we've been discussing this for going on 2 years now, right? Um, I always saw, like, obviously we know his explosiveness and ability on the offensive side of the ball, but just make a couple of packages for him. But full time, like This is football on the NFL level, man. Those snaps are gonna get to anybody. Anybody. It's just a matter of time. It may not be week 6. It might be week 11. Hell, it might be week 14. But those snaps are gonna break you down. On top of that pounding, because dudes coming for that.
Let me ask you this, Q. Because you're in Houston, a bunch of talent in Houston. I'm a dad. My son's at North Shore. He could go to Oklahoma and play wide receiver in DB, or he could go to Cal and just play wide receiver. Am I valuing the Oklahoma offer more because they're looking at him at on a higher plateau?
We looking at Oklahoma because that's a blue blood school, and if we looking to get to the league, we going to Oklahoma hands down. We're talking about Barry Switzer, man, in history. See, that's one thing that people have to understand. When your kid goes to a blue blood school, it's levels to this thing. So going to the next level, I've seen kids, man, just like T said, man, I've seen guys even back in our era that were 3rd and 4th string dudes at Florida State, but you still ended up getting signed in camp because you were at Florida State. Might have been trash, but on the strength you were at a blue blood school, so that carries a lot of weight. So no, if in that situation we going to Oklahoma hands down.
Okay, talk to me, T. I mean, your boy was balling at Nevada, like you said. You could have went in the portal and went somewhere else. Yeah. What if they said, "Hey, can we get a couple plays on linebacker too?" Do you think that would have heightened his value, or do you think that's nah, we just want to keep him on offense?
You know, in our situation, we'd probably just stay right where we were, you know. Yeah, Toa and Hunter, they have the same agency, same agents. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Yeah, and that's a great agency right there. The money team right there. Right. We're on to our next topic, you guys, and this one was interesting, and I wanted to run it by you guys, but come on, we're talking old school football like Q's talking about, smelling salt. Smelling salt has been around since, our parents was playing and back in the Jim Brown days. My grandfather was using the smelling salt. So recently, some of the guys have gotten mad because they were thinking about banning the smelling salts, and they decided not to ban them, Q, but they said we're not going to supply them. So if you find your own smelling salt, kiddos, you're good, but we're not going to give them to you in the locker room. But I wanted to run this by you guys, and we'll start off with you, T. You were a football player, and you know how tough this sport is. Whether it's smelling salt, cortisones, shots, what have you, do you think it should be up to the player to decide what he needs to stay on the field? Or do you think that some of this stuff should still be regulated?
Yeah, it should be regulated, especially at the lower levels, high school and stuff. I think there should be a parent involved. Okay.
All right. Q, talk to me a little bit. I mean, you played at Kansas, tough league. You're going up against Big 12 fullbacks. Smelling salt, do you think they should leave it alone and let the guys do what they got to do? Or do you think that they need to watch out, especially with the concussions? Your audio.
Power 5 football and, man, and especially the league, it's a grown man's game, so as far as smelling salts, cortisone, all of us as players, and our goal as a kid was to get to the NFL. We made a choice a long time ago, whatever it took, literally, whatever it took. If it's got to be a cortisone shot in the neck, whatever, just get there, right? So that is what it is. It's just like, in regards to armed services, man, once you talk to that recruiter and you make that call and sign those papers, man, if you get deployed, well, you know what it is, man. We dodging bullets now if we in combat zones. We signed up for that. We understand what comes with that.
Okay. So you're saying whatever a soldier has to do to be prepared and stay out there is what you let a soldier do.
You trying to eat or not?
All right. So there you go. If the guru is on your sideline and he's the doc, You can do what you need to do. There you go with that one. On to our next topic, and we got the Great Tee Taua. You guys, this is someone that is cranking them out. Him and his wife are producing amazing young athletes, young men that are doing big things in the coaching world, in the football world. They're raising amazing families. I know you're a grandpa a couple times over now, so you guys are just doing amazing things. And I wanted to get into this next topic with you guys. There's a lot of pressure, T, when it comes to recruiting, when it comes to winning at the highest level of college football. You've been in many recruiting battles for your kids. I want to ask you, when you think of some of the top coaches in the country, guys like Josh Heupel come up, guys like Steve Sarkisian, James Franklin, Dan Lanning, but none of them have a national championship. They're not on the hot seat, T, but somebody needs to break through.
Well, Josh got one. Josh got one.
Playing. But as a coach, T, who would you give it to if you had to choose one of these guys to get off the schneid first?
Sarkisian, man. I'd probably go with Stark.
Okay. All right. So he's going with Texas, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Talk to me, Q. Well, you got Heupel, you got Josh Franklin, Penn State, you got James Franklin, you got Sarkisian at Texas, you got Lanning getting the top recruits with Uncle Phil in Oregon. Who's the first of the four, Guru? Give us the crystal ball.
Man, I like Oregon. My nephew's out there, doing this thing. Keep an eye on him, number 50 at D tackle, Mr. Gray. Tion Gray, so we definitely looking for big things from him. But man, I gotta go with Sark, man. I guess because I'm in Texas and I see I see the stable that this dude has. Like, I know Oregon has some players, like big time. They have the biggest, among the biggest wallets as far as NIL and everything else. But man, Texas got horses like you wouldn't believe, man. Like, you talking. You're not supposed to be 4 deep at everything.
Well, let me ask you this.
Come on.
Let me ask you this. Both of you said Texas. So does that mean that if he doesn't win in the next 2-3 years, he's on the hot seat?
I put it like this: as much money is flying around, I would say so. That's the reason you pay a coach that much money. That's the reason that you give those teams that much access to that much capital to literally buy the best players in America, because everything is now. Everything is now and today. It's not forward. Arch is matured, right? There's no more excuses. We got, we got everybody we need in the trenches to protect Arch. We got a horse behind him, and we got the top 10 receivers in the country coming out of high school. That's his receivers. It's no more excuses. So, like I sent you yesterday, T, that you're talking this week one is going to be the most prolific week one in the last 10 years in college football. And I want everyone tuning in, when you get a chance, check out the other week one lineup. Ohio State and Texas. Like, if you think about it, the first game of the year could be the game for it all. Like, you could damn near end the season right there.
Good point.
You can end the season right there. Whoever wins that. So, hey man, these guys better buckle up. I've never seen that lengthy of like
Syracuse,
top 10
Tennessee.
ranked teams.
Yeah, we got there's about Florida State, Alabama. Oh, Nevada plays Penn State, T.
Hey man, I'm telling you, it is wars. The first
LSU,
week is war.
Okay.
We're talking about from coast to coast. You're not gonna want to miss a snap. It's wars all over the place. Like you see what I'm saying, T? These games in week one are bowl-worthy games right off the bat.
Yeah.
These
so
bowl-worthy right off the gate. Yeah.
And if you wonder why they're going in the portal to get older players, it's because of this reason. Right off the bat, I can't have a high school kid toting the rock versus Ohio State if I'm Steve Sarkisian. T, do you think he's on the hot seat if he doesn't win one in 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, totally. He's got to come through here soon.
Okay, so there you go. These gentlemen are saying there is no waiting and grooming when they're paying that much money in Texas and they got that type of talent for him to choose from. Steve Sarkisian may be on the hot seat.
Hey,
yep.
So look, I'll have to send it to you. One show will have to post it. It was from last year, and somebody had a camera and they were just recording the University of Texas parking lot, the parking lot that sits behind the locker room. I promise you, there wasn't a car on that lot under $100K. Not one. So when I say they're spending all the money, they better get this ring like yesterday, because you got to think Vince has been gone a long time. That's 20 years. 20 years? Nah.
Wow.
Not for that kind of money.
All right, you guys. So there you have it. There is no more waiting in college football top tier. These gentlemen are saying, hey, Sarkisian's been winning. He better win the Natty or else he's going to be looking for a job. All right, we're on to our next topic, and we've got the Great Tee Taua. This is the father, you guys, of 3 amazing football players. His youngest son is the Cleveland Browns running back right now. You see the hat. So we're going through the lightning round, you guys, and this is T's first time on the Locker Room Show. So this is going to be fun. And this is an opportunity for T to go through our drill, a little bit of a word association drill. He's got 60 seconds. I've got a pretty good list right here, and he's going to tell us the first thing that comes to his mind when I rattle off something from my list. So I've got some either or, T. I got a thing about food on here, superheroes. I got something about some high schools. So first thing that comes to your mind when I say something from my list, okay?
Okay.
All right, he's got 60 seconds. Now, T, we don't just do this for fun. I know you tuned into the show before, but we got a dinner on this. So I don't know if the wife is watching, but if you can get to 15 or higher, then it's a dinner on the Locker Room Show, okay? All right, let's get T going. Now, I'm going to give you a tip, T. Don't try to elaborate. Go one word and try to move on to the next, okay? One word and move on to the next, baby. And then also for the fans out there, he gets 1 for text select. So even if he gets 14, T is in the mix. He's in the mix. So right there.
Right. Here we go. Here we go.
Double zeros. All right, T. First thing that comes to your head, baby. First thing. Number 1. Cabrillo High School. Go.
Cabrillo High School. Toa.
Brisket or hot links?
Hot links.
Colin Kaepernick.
Bro.
Favorite place to eat in your hometown?
Ice restaurant.
Weekend at the beach or weekend at Vegas?
Vegas.
Elijah Cooks.
Top receiver.
Favorite ice cream topping?
Root beer floats.
The Cleveland Browns. 50 seconds.
Toa Taua.
Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley?
Barkley.
Shrimp tacos or tacos?
Trent.
The best player you ever seen your kids play against? Time.
That one. I want to hear this.
We'll let you answer it. We'll let you answer it. The best player you ever seen any of your kids play against?
I gotta go with Weatherspoon. It was on Missouri.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very,
Yeah.
very.
All right. All right. So let's give it to him. And then one more time. Did you say shrimp or steak?
He said shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Witherspoon. Okay, let's add them up. Let's add them up for
Let's see
Big
who we
T.
at.
And then we're going to revisit as always. Now, 14 gets them in the mix. 14 gets them in the mix. Number one, Cabrillo High School. That's his old high school, and his son buys old high school. He says buy. Brisket or hot links? T says, give me the hot links. Number 3, Colin Kaepernick. I think he said the pro. That was Buy's quarterback when he was at Nevada. Favorite place to eat in your hometown? Did you say Good Guys or the Guys? Who did you say?
A Nice restaurant, yeah. It's
Okay, right there.
American Host, yeah.
Okay, there you go. And then weekend at the beach or weekend in Vegas. He says, give me Vegas. Number 7, Elijah Cooks. He says, top wide receiver. Shout out Elijah with the Eagles. Favorite ice cream topping. He says, give me the whole root beer float. I don't need a topping. Give me the float. Number 9, Cleveland Browns, where his son is at. He says, Toa Taua, his son. Number 10, Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley. He says, give me the young buck Saquon. Number 11, shrimp tacos or steak tacos. He says, give me the shrimp tacos. And then number 12, best player you've ever seen any of your kids play against. He said Witherspoon from Missouri. Witherspoon from Missouri. So he's got 13 with the tech delay, you guys. And we appreciate you having some fun with us, Big T. Thank you. So we are on, you guys, to the audience Q&A section of the show. This is the last portion of the show. Hopefully you guys are learning a lot and getting a lot out of this. If you have a question for T, our comment section is live. It's open. You want to ask him about the journey with his sons, feel free. But Q, I know you got something for T.
Definitely. So T, question for the night is, who was the first of you between you and your wife that actually found out about him signing with Cleveland, and then kind of take us through the the feeling in the house, when you all caught word.
It was so exciting. I was pretty much the first one to get the call for that. And then my wife, but sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, but it was exciting. I mean, he's been cut, and it's been such a dramatic feeling. It's almost like I got cut. I don't know. It's pretty painful when you get cut.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. You go through it with them, man. Because I mean
right.
that's a lot of work. You look back at pictures of that like that. It's like, man, that's a lot of work. That's years and years and years worth of hard work, man.
Yes, indeed. T, do you get a little nervous? No worries. I know that the camera fell right there. But do you get, how is it as a parent? Are you so excited but also cautious, or can you just let go? Because like you said, it's tough if they don't make it.
Yeah, I just let go now, man. It's just, let it take its course, But after the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Eagles, and then 3 times with the Panthers, and it could be tough, man, swallowing that every single time. Like, you start to question your ability, and it was my job as a father to try to keep him, rooted and up, and you just keep his spirit up, man, because it's really tough, man, going through that.
Yeah, and a lot of things that people don't understand too is when it comes to roster spots, man, a lot of times, really, it has nothing. It has nothing. It has nothing to do with talent. It's politics from top to bottom.
Yeah,
it's politics. If this scout went to this school and he's a Michigan guy, and you got a Michigan kid, and a kid from New Mexico State. Well, who do you think he's going to go with? You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of politics in the league. So that's one thing that I've always tried to get people to understand. You have superstar marquee players in the league, obviously the household names, but it's a lot of guys that are great athletes that either get released or might be with the 2s or with the 3s, and they're better than the guy that's starting. 100%. The team knows it. Everybody else knows it, but it's got to do with politics or how much we're paying this guy. So it's a lot that goes into everything going right for you in this particular game. Me and T say that all the time. I mean, even coming out of college, T, like how many corners are we seeing? It's like it's no way in hell. It's no way that you went before me, right? And I got better stats. I locked down every top receiver you got. But it's politics, man. A lot of times.
100%. 100%. T, as far as Toa, because I know he's got a son, right? And so he's got a family. Do you believe it should be your son's decision when he finally hangs it up, or is that something that you're always kind of judging as well as dad? How do you feel about that?
I feel like I got to put my input in there,
Okay.
and just tell them how it is, because nobody else is. They ain't gonna do it.
That he can trust.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thus far, because I know that he got to the UFL, I think towards the middle of the season and just blew up. And was he kind of thinking of giving it up, or was he pretty sure that he wanted to keep playing?
To a point, his third cut with the Panthers, that he was really thinking about hanging the cleats up, and trying to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
And I just tried to tell him, your story is going to be a good one. It needs to be told.
Yeah.
So you felt as his father that he needed to keep going.
Yeah. And he thanked me, for giving him that little bit of motivation to keep going. It made a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see the emotion, and I know that your boys, you can just tell when they're around you that they just love you and they trust you and appreciate you. And I just want to say bravo to you and your wife for the amazing job that you've done with these boys. All right, T. Well, hey, you have a great evening, and we'll be watching during preseason, and we're wishing you the best.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
All right, you guys. So, hey, that is the Great Tee Taua, you guys. And Q, I mean, come on, man. You can see a dad's emotion for his boy. And, you got your kids, man, seeing them have a dream and then having to kind of fight to keep it alive and resuscitate it.
Yeah.
That's big.
I mean, but it's like, man, my father used to tell me the hard times make the man. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, man, like he said, I've had to teach my own self as a grown man, like that, man, your adversity in life just adds to the story, man. It is make the story that much better, right? When you come out on the other side. So, but it's adversity is necessary. It's absolutely necessary. So, definitely bravo, to this couple, raising these boys. You always love to hear about, these football families, like the Lockets, obviously, which is the most notable in my mind. You love to hear stuff like that, man.
100%, man. Before we let the people go, you talk to me from a parent standpoint, and you've also played at a high level yourself.
Yeah.
Would that be hard for you to see your son go through the, getting signed, getting cut? Do you think you would say anything as far as his career, or would you just let him ride it till the wheels fall off?
No, I would just be there for support, man. And because you never want any regrets. You never want to shut it down early. And it's like, damn, that last time I got cut from the Panthers or whoever, and I gave up. And that next opportunity to get back could have been the one I've been looking for my whole life. And I'm telling you, it'll be your 20s is one thing, but you get into your 40s and 50s, man, it'll be that's hard to live with, man. Hanging it up to
because it could go either way as a parent. I saw T get emotional, but he could say, man, don't hang it up. And then your son goes through the same thing, or he goes through a catastrophic injury too.
Right. True. But it's his call, right? The only thing you can do is when kids get grown is, man, know what you've instilled in them and know that that's enough. And they're going to make the best decision for themselves. After that, only thing your job is to be supportive as a parent. That's it.
Okay.
You didn't put everything in your kid you possibly can up to date that they're going to need, but they still going to have to learn themselves. That's not where the journey stops at.
Great point. Great point right there. So, hey, you guys, hopefully you got a lot out of tonight's show. This is what the Locker Room Show is all about. This is a Locker Room exclusive right here, where you're getting sauce from a father that's put blood, sweat, and tears into helping his family achieve their dreams. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of tonight's show. It's football season, Q. It's here, baby. You know, like you said, week 1 is around the corner, man.
Week 1. Oh man, I can't get over that, man. I'm sorry. I know I sound like a broken record, but like, I hold on. I gotta read this down because I haven't been truly excited about a college football season like
you say
this.
No honey-do list. Huh?
Yeah. So you're talking Texas, Ohio State at Ohio State, Bama in Tallahassee with the Noles, LSU at Clemson, Notre Dame at the U, Tennessee.
Let me ask you, Q, while we're on the topic of FSU, Prime's alma mater, how much leeway does their coach have after what a one win season? Right?
Thin. We're talking wet notebook paper thin.
So if they get blasted, there's no, that was Alabama. You think he's in trouble?
We have to look at the season as a whole, right? Okay. Let's say Bama beats them, okay, and I think it's tough because you got Bama coming to you, so the pressure's even higher because they're coming into Tallahassee, right? So it's like, man, we really gonna have to strap it up, man. Like, we got a lot to prove, right? A lot to prove, but Alabama is always going to be one of those teams that they're going to force you to make mistakes. If you beat them, it's going to have to be with little to no mistakes to beat them. If you make
mistakes. What about Sarkisian at home with Ohio State? Can he lose that game?
Well, no, they're on the road in Columbus.
Oh, they're on the road. Can he lose that game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or how can he lose that game? Can he get blown out? How does that work?
Nah, that's a must win. I don't know how, but that's a must win. Because like I said, the boosters are looking at it like, look at what type of firepower we bought for you. Like, I know they got JJ and we don't give a damn. We have kids that are at least an earshot of JJ's talent, and we got tons of them. He's one dude.
And right? We're paying you to coach.
We're paying you to coach. Exactly. So if you look man for man, Texas has like more horses than anybody in the country. That's what I was saying before. So even though they're going into Columbus, that's a must win for Texas because that's gonna tell a lot of their season.
Okay.
A lot.
And I see some of our favorites coming in, the great Devin coming in saying, aloha, coaches. Dev, we love you. Big season coming up. We got Anthony coming in saying Toa's about to go crazy. Yes, I think they are sleeping on him, Anthony. The wife coming in saying, great show. I see you. And then Jimmy saying he ready for week 1 too, Q.
Hey, boy,
he's sitting by the TV. Don't give me nothing to do. I'm not mowing no lawn. I'm ready for week 1. So, hey, we appreciate you guys joining us. We got a big season ahead as far as the Locker Room Show, you guys. So we rocking and rolling right with the NFL and college and high school. We throwing punches. All right. So come with us every Thursday. We're ready to rock and roll. Q, anything for the good people before we get out of here?
Strap it up. That's all.
Jimmy says it. Florida State getting fired. So you recruits,
I'm telling you,
that are committing to Florida State, you better watch out.
You got to think, y'all got Georgia Tech coming. They no slouch. You got Georgia Tech coming to Boulder. That's what I'm saying. It's no punks in this week 1. This is a solid bowl-worthy game. So right. Yeah, we gonna have teeth getting chipped right off the bat.
All right. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into some predictions on the season. We're going to talk a little CU, and we're going to talk a little KU too. So, hey, rock with us next week. We're going to have another great guest for you guys. Big Glenn, I see you, baby. Hopefully all is well with you and the family. We'll see you guys at the top. Have a good one.